can't believe it's finally time for this interview. I can't believe they actually reached out to me. Whoa!
It's kind of weird Roxanne isn't home.
Helpy could probably locate her if I just add some new protocols. Looks like she's on the northern part of town, but she's underground?
Poe Tater? What?
That's my name, don't wear it out. Tater's Gonna Tate Podcast, Episode 1 with Roxanne Wolf. Welcome to the first installment of Tater's Gonna Tate. I'm your host, Poe Tater, and we have a hot scoop of mash for you today.
You're still going to say that? This isn't even the Tater News or whatever you do.
The adult potato? Oh my gosh, the memory on this one. What an idiot.
Okay. Are you just going to sit there and insult me?
Of course not! I have a plethora of questions to ask you, and I'm very excited to dig deep into the mind of the psychotic animatronic wolf.
Well, you're probably not going to like my responses, if you even get any. I did not consent to being here, and this man kidnapped me.
Oh, don't say the K word. No more of the K word. I have video evidence of her signing a contract to be here on this show for an interview, and you're definitely not locked down into that chair, so if we could go ahead and just get started, that would be great. How are you today?
Are you really going to ask me that?
Well, of course. I mean, you're my first podcast guest. I want to make sure that everything is fine and dandy with my podcast guest. How's the temperature in here?
You.
Oh, don't say that.
I mean, the temperature in here is actually pretty nice, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, I guess it is pretty nice. You know, the bill's actually lower because this is all done in a basement. Are you growling at me?
No, I'm grunting because I'm uncomfortable. I'm stuck in this chair. I've been kidnapped, and now I'm forced and being extorted to be on whatever this is.
Extorted's a big word for Elmo.
You.
Oh my goodness. You know what? Let's just move on with the question. So, what exactly is it that you love about the adult potato, and how excited are you, Roxanne Wolf, that I'm finally branching off into my own podcast here? This is episode 1, like I said, Tater's Gonna Tate.
I don't love anything about the adult potato because it practically ruined my life more than once. And why are you doing this anyway? Did you get fired or something?
No, I didn't get fired. I just have such a huge fan base of people that absolutely despise you that they thought, you know what, I'd love to see this man talk more about his politics and how much he hates women. You know, women, am I right? God, this is just...
God.
Oh, I know.
You
tell me about it.
I have to watch one of your politics podcasts. Jeez.
So I guess let's go ahead and get into the hard-hitting questions. Why did you actually break up with Glamrock Freddy? I mean, we all saw the video. You say you're a lesbian, but we all know those are a myth. So come on, give us the MASH exclusive.
Are you actually kidding me?
Do I sound like I'm kidding you? I mean,
No,
I'm not kidding. Like you say,
unfortunate
like
part.
one of those, the lesbians. I don't even like saying the word.
Well, you know what they say. The lesbian, you can catch it. You know? Like it's like a disease.
Oh, well, I don't think
That
that.
too!
Oh gosh. Well, I don't think it. I mean, I'm not a lesbian, and I don't think if I caught it, it wouldn't be that big of a deal because I already like girls, or actually women.
Well,
So
you hate girls. You literally just said you hated them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you in the closet? It all is starting to make sense.
No, I'm not in what a No, I'm sitting right here at this podcast table with you. I have a microphone and everything. Are you blind? Aren't you supposed to have good eyes?
Oh, I have good eyes, all right. What was the question again?
Why exactly did you break up with Glamrock Freddy?
We broke up because we decided, after several times of being together and breaking up, despite wanting to make it work for our family, we both had different directions that we wanted to go. Have you never broken up with a girlfriend before, Mr. High Almighty?
Well, I've broken up with many women before. I've never been broken up with myself.
So why
I'm too
did you
good for
break
that.
up with them? Oh my goodness, how dare you?
Well, because they were being a bunch of ugly
Well, maybe Freddy was being an ugly.
Speaking of ugly, why do you wear so much makeup? Do you feel ugly and insecure?
I literally hardly wear any makeup.
Are you serious? Your eyes are purple, and so are your lips. Kind of looks like you're suffocating.
Because, get this, I'm an animatronic wolf, and this is how I was designed.
So someone designed you?
Yes.
And they made
Just
you
like the
this.
unfortunate genetics that made you.
What is that supposed to mean? I have
What
amazing
is all the
genetics.
side-eye
My
for?
dad ran a marathon at 4.
Okay. What is that supposed to mean?
It means I have good genetics in my family.
Good for you.
See,
Can
they
I
even made a
leave
video
now?
game about it. Do you see that right there? That's my dad running. The game's all about running marathons.
I don't think I can turn my head that far because I'm stuck in this chair.
That sounds like a personal problem. Speaking of stuck, why do you sleep around so much? Does no one take interest enough in you for a second nightstand?
Oh my god. Are you serious?
I mean, I sound pretty serious, don't I?
I haven't slept in anyone's bed but my own for months. And before that, it was Freddy's, who I was with at the time. So you can't say that I've been sleeping around. I haven't slept with anybody.
I'm just confused because all the comments are always talking about how you're such a... and you sleep around so much.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's almost like people don't know the full story.
Well, do you care to give them the full story? A full MASH exclusive? We
Honestly,
definitely won't cut
no,
it out
I
or
really
anything.
just don't care. In fact, there isn't a story. I don't do that. I sleep in my own bed, and that's it.
Why do you speak so
That's
loud and
the gist.
aggressively? Are women supposed to be soft and supple? You kind of remind me of like a loud gorilla at the zoo or something.
I'm an animatronic wolf. An animatronic
Gorilla.
who has a voice box, a wolf who is an aggressive animal, and yes, I have a large personality. I've been told. Is that so bad?
I mean, it's kind of off-putting.
Well, then maybe you should let me go and find somebody else for your first episode of your little podcast.
No, I need this to get millions of views. We're gonna give it a nice clickbait title or something too. I'm not sure what it's gonna be yet, but I'm sure it's aggravated several people clicking on it already.
Oh, I'm sure. Is it going to be why Roxanne won't take Glamrock Freddy back, or
Oh, Steve, write that down. Write that down.
Steve? Who's Steve?
You don't need to know, Steve.
Ew, what happened to your... Oh, God, you are a lizard person.
No, I'm not a lizard person. I don't know why you think that. You're such a
Couldn't
weirdo.
fool me.
Well, a lot of things could fool you. You don't seem like the brightest tool in the shed.
Yeah, is it because I'm a woman?
Hey, she's catching on, folks.
Yeah, catching on at how, anti-feminist you are, how sexist you are. You're probably racist, homophobic. What else should we add to the list?
Well, I have more questions for you. Maybe you can make a list at the end for me. I mean, these liberals, am I right?
Great, what's the next one?
Do you ever think about wearing more clothing? You just dress like such a damn whore. I mean, what's up with that? You trying to impress the dudes?
Again, it's how I was designed.
So you
I mean,
just...
if you look like this, you'd want to show it off too, right?
I mean, no, I wouldn't want to.
So what are you into? You just want all your women to be dressed like nuns? You're definitely one of those boyfriends who would tell your girlfriend, go change if she was wearing something you didn't like, aren't you?
I mean, definitely. Women need to be conservative when they leave the house. I mean, they can't just be showing off all their goodies to everyone in public. Those are for me.
Men, am I right?
Cut that out, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is it like living sad and alone? Who exactly is the man supposed to be in your household?
We don't have a man in our household, unless you're referring to my son Gregory, who is
That's
just
not
a
a
boy.
man. Oh, that little pipsqueak.
Believe it or not, being a single mother has actually brought me a lot of joy.
You sure look joyful.
Oh, I'm sure I look ecstatic.
I guess we'll just move on from that question. Steve, feel free to cut that one out. I mean, I want to make sure she looks excited to be here. That's the whole point of the show. Let's see. Maybe we can do something.
Out, then.
Let's see. Maybe we can. Oh, this one's good. Why did you not date Sun from your work? I see a lot of people complaining about it, and you all the time, and to be honest, I totally get it. I mean, a lot to complain about, but what exactly is it about Sun that turned you off?
Well, actually, nothing. We were very much on track to be in a relationship, and one of Son's alter egos installed a maternity chip into my head and made me obsessed with the idea of being married and marriage and having children. So I jumped at the opportunity to marry Freddy. Why am I answering these questions? Let me go.
Steve, cut that out. So, speaking of, your children and the maternity chip, why exactly... Sorry. Is that better?
Yes.
So, speaking of children, why exactly are you giving your son Greg up for adoption? I mean, shouldn't you ask your husband about that first? The real decision maker of your household?
Where did you decide that I was giving my son up for adoption? And I don't have a husband.
So, how are you supposed to make decisions for yourself?
With my brain.
Do you have a brain?
The animatronic equivalent, yes.
What does that mean?
It means I have the animatronic equivalent of a brain.
Oh, she doesn't have a brain, folks. You heard it here first. Speaking of your child and your husband, do you pay child support for your son, or do you just make Freddy pay for everything like every other woman does?
I have full custody of Gregory.
Is that a good idea? I mean, you can barely make decisions for yourself.
I make plenty of decisions for myself and also for Gregory. And, I mean, Freddy also has full custody. We're not doing any of that. He pays for some of his stuff. I pay for some of his stuff. I do have a job.
Oh, I get it. So is that why you extort your son for views and money on YouTube? Is it to be rich and famous, or is it to keep up your tacky hair dye job?
I don't extort my son for views on YouTube. He was a child actor when I met him.
So why do you extort him still? I mean, your channel gets millions and millions of views, which hopefully will come over to my channel soon. You can all subscribe to me, Poe Tater, at Tater's Gonna Tate. That is Poe Tater.
Fun.
Tater's Gonna Tate.
One could argue that I'm being extorted for views, especially right now.
Well, of course you are, and I don't feel bad about it.
Look, if Gregory had any problem being a part of the YouTube channel, he would tell me, and we would not film it anymore, or we would figure out something else.
Why is your hair so big? Is it full of secrets?
Because it was designed that... Is that a Mean Girls quote?
I'm not sure what that is.
I've
never watched Mean Girls a day in my life. I would never do that.
You're totally closeted. I was designed this way.
Right. So, you and, Glamrock Mangle, huh? I mean, why are you trying to break up such a happy family, you homewrecker?
Excuse... happy family? What,
yes.
Her and Foxy?
Yes, I've seen all the comments about it. People are pissed at you.
Oh, yes, they are. I've seen those comments too, but Mangle and Foxy weren't even together. She was single. Or is single. Or, well, I mean, I don't know.
Well, she is now because she didn't want anything to do with you, but first you had to break up the happy couple in order to go on that date. Or
We've
so
gone
I've heard.
on a couple of dates. We like each other. It's just not official yet. Or it might never be. I don't know. We're just having fun. Either way, she wasn't with Foxy when her and I started talking, and she's not with Foxy now. They weren't a family. They weren't married. They were just in a relationship.
Are you saying people are actually able to have fun around you?
Believe it or not, my whole job, my whole existence is revolved around people having fun.
Let's go back to the home wrecking thing. Speaking of wrecking homes, so you blew up your own house, right? And then you moved in with your son's girlfriend? I mean, Jesus! Talk about a crazy am I right? What a psycho.
If I blew up my own house, I wouldn't have gotten an insurance payout for it. Somebody else
So that's
did
why
it.
you did it, for the insurance money.
No.
It all is starting to add up, folks. I mean, God, maybe those views are down. Can't extort your son for money forever.
The views have been down a little bit, but that's besides the point. I didn't blow up my house. I never would have done that. And yes, we live with my son's girlfriend, but they weren't even technically together when we moved in, and it was her mom who offered, and it works out because I'm able to watch over her because I am such a good mother. Believe it or not.
I don't know about all that, but to be honest, I'm still a bit confused about the makeup that you're wearing. What are you trying to hide? Maybe the fact that you're a serial killer?
This again. Really? The only person I've ever contemplated on killing is, you. Yeah, I don't even care. Stream that wherever you'd like.
This is ridiculous, Roxanne. You come on my podcast and you're gonna sit here and say things like this to me? Poe Tater!
Yes, because you kidnapped me.
Oh, no, Steve, cut that out. No more of the K word, Roxanne. You know you can't kidnap animatronics. They're not real.
Then why am I on your podcast?
Because you are the dream guest on my podcast.
I can't believe this!
This is insane. Are you kidding me? I knew Poe Tater was awful, but kidnapping Roxanne and bringing him... Okay, look.
He basically forced her to be on this podcast. He can't get away with this, right?
No, this podcast is live, too. It's live streaming. What are we supposed to do?
I don't know. Maybe now is the time where you should at least try to call Freddy. I know he's probably asleep, but if anyone's gonna help, we need an adult, and I don't know what to do. Is he answering?
Freddy. Answer, it's still ringing.
Come on.
He didn't answer. Cassie, what do we do?
Well, he has such a good sleep schedule because he goes to the gym or whatever, so he's never gonna pick up.
You're right.
I don't know what else to do. I mean, we have Roxanne's location, but we're just a couple of kids. We can't just go in there and be like, hey, give us Roxanne Wolf back. He's not gonna listen.
Wait, but you know who could?
Who?
I've never done this before, so I'm kind of scared. Calling the number.
What number?
The 911 one. Or not the
911 one. Just 911?
Yeah.
Getting the police involved. I mean, you heard
I've
what
never
Poe Tater
gotten them
said.
involved.
He doesn't even think that he did a kidnapping because Roxanne is an animatronic, but clearly he did. He's in possession of stolen property and your mom legally. So, I mean, they will definitely be able to do something, right?
Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm doing it.
Yeah, I think it's worth it. Call the police, Gregory. Poe Tater is going down for this.
Any other questions?
Don't think so. This is one about your outfit again, one about lesbians. I'm still confused. Can you explain to me what that means?
Well, sometimes women like myself get the ick or get grossed out by men like you. So we just decide, I'd rather not. And we date women instead. And some people never liked men to begin with.
So I'm still kind of confused, I guess. Just, again, who's the man of your household then?
No one.
You sound ridiculous when you answer that question every time. I mean, doesn't she sound ridiculous, folks? No man of the household? I mean, how are you supposed to get anything done? Can you even eat by yourself?
Yes.
I guess you probably make a lot of, dinners and everything. I mean, if you only have to cook for yourself.
I cook for myself and my son and his girlfriend.
So what you're saying is we can always find you in the kitchen.
On occasion.
Well, that'll do it, folks. This was the first episode of Tater's Gonna Tate. Do you have anything else you'd like to say to send off this podcast? Where can they find you? Don't answer that question. No one wants to find you. Thank you so much. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more exclusive MASH.
Can I leave?
Let me just turn off this podcast. Are those police sirens that I hear?
Oh, they certainly are.
Oh no.
You're going down.
No, you just, here you go. You were never stuck in that chair to begin with. I have no idea what you're talking about. If you go down the left and press the button on the wall 3 times, it'll open the secret compartment and you can get out. Thank you. Goodbye, Roxanne Wolf.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere. I want to be a part of this police interview once they... Wait, Poe Tater? Get back here!